Hola, hola, mi gente. I am happy because tonight I am doing an extra special live with two brilliant professionals who started their own business despite all this craziness in 2020. So I am happy to bring on Deji and Hairat of Tribal Wave Co. Let me bring them in. Hi, guys. How are you doing today?
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am well. I'm so excited to have you guys on. Super excited.
We're excited to be here.
Too.
So, tell the people who you are and what you do.
I'll let you go first, ladies first.
I am Deji's wife, Hairat, co-owner of Tribal Wave. My profession is in the sports industry, but this is also a passion of ours, family business, legacy driver, all that good stuff.
Yes, my name's Deji. So I'm a certified registered nurse anesthetist. I'm basically a registered nurse that proceeded with my education and got a master's in nurse anesthesia. I've been doing that for about 5 years. I've been a nurse for about 10 years. So I'm our families both are originally from Nigeria. As you know, there's a lot happening in that country right now. So we just want to acknowledge that, and they're definitely in our prayers. I grew up in the New Jersey, Philadelphia area, however, and I grew up in Boston, Massachusetts. So we met each other maybe, give or take, let's say 4 or 5 years ago. It was right around the time I finished my program, shortly after that. And then we got married maybe a year's half after that. And so, you get older in life, you got to figure out what you want. And I got to that point. So if we move forward, here we are.
The rest is history.
Right now we live in Maryland. So we're in that DMV area right now.
Right.
With you. So
DMV representing tonight. I love it.
DMV's in here.
Which is fantastic. Now, I want to know this. Where did the idea come to start this business? Where did this all come from?
All right, perfect. So as I stated, I work in the operating room. I provide anesthesia. I noticed in the operating room, we actually are all in uniform. We have scrubs on and shoes and the hat. And I noticed the hat is kind of like the way people self-express themselves with their scrub cap. Which is what I'm wearing now. So that was kind of like the one aspect of your attire that was yours. And I noticed there was nothing of ethnicity represented in the scrub caps. Like, I'm Nigerian, and there's some fabrics that are well known in the world called Ankara fabrics. So a lot of those garbs you'll see people wearing in the parties and the weddings. A lot of it is it's called Ankara fabric. So I was like, that'd be nice if we could have something similar, but for scrub caps. And that, I love clothes. We love expressing ourselves through our attire, like a lot of people. And I feel like that is a very important aspect of all of us. So we made a batch of hats with the fabric, and we just tested the market. Backstory, I always was in the business. Even though I'm in the nursing, I have a bachelor's in finance. So before I went into nursing, I had a business degree. I think I always had entrepreneurship kind of spirit in me. I remember taking long train rides to work when I first got out of college in the corporate environment, reading business, self-help books. So it's always been in me. So I don't know. I was like, let me just try these hats, see if people like it. And there was a very key part of the hats that was addressed to me. And this was from a colleague of mine, Jacqueline. I hope she's watching this at some point. She's a colleague of mine. She's like, you need the satin lined hats. No one got satin lined hats because our natural hair, we need to keep it protected. And I was like, you know what? We'll do satin lined hats with the fabric on top of that. So we got a good response from it. So that's when Tribal Wave started, essentially. Tribal Wave, the name came from a surgical mission I took in Ghana, where basically we did a surgical trip in Ghana on the Cape Coast. And that is right along the coast, and that's where the waves come from. And I remember a surreal moment there. I just saw a lot of fishermen fishing along the coast of Ghana. And for me, that was just a beautiful thing, the camaraderie, the solidarity in it. And that's what the name Tribal Wave came from. And obviously wave is kind of vernacular for, what's in, like that's the wave. So Tribal Wave it is. And the blue represents hospital work. That's kind of like a healthcare color, a color of love and solidarity as well. So that's where it came from. That's why I see the three people there, the wave sign. So yeah,
I love it.
so we got somebody. Let's present the banner to the people.
I love it. Are you telling me that it was you at the sewing machine? Was that you, Deji?
No, I believe in delegation. My
I'm about to say.
wife believes in it too. She delegates me a lot of times too. So you know what happened? I actually, and it's funny. You could the way the world is designed now. You could get anything started with a phone almost. And you know what? I got an Alibaba app, and I talked to the Asian people through text. I did not know Mandarin. They knew a little English, just enough to communicate. And I got my first inventory of hats. It took a while to get, but I got it. And that's how we got the hats made. I'm not a sewer at all. Never sewed in my life. I don't plan on sewing actually either. So
Is there even do you own a sewing machine?
No, we don't.
I wonder, do you? Because I don't.
We don't. But to piggyback off of his Alibaba app and things like that, we were able to tap into our resources.
Mhm.
So the beautiful thing about starting a business is, yeah, Alibaba is there for you to use at your disposal. It's quick, it's transactional. Most of the time they may get it right on the first time. Sometimes they may butcher the products, but we're able to then expand our brand by reaching out to my stepmom. She is based in Nigeria. Nice. And so she was able to receive the prototype. She loved that we were even getting into business. She's been trying to get me into business forever. She owns a Ashoke, which is African wedding attire company in Nigeria. And she does really well for herself. So when she found out that we were starting this, she was like, I want to help you guys. I have my own manufacturer. I have my own seamstress. The lady actually sewed all of my wedding outfits. So I knew that she was really good. She was reputable, very neat, and very, she knew how to translate all of the things we wanted into the actual product. So we moved shop. And I think that a lot of people, when they're in business, may feel like they have to stick with one company or one manufacturer. But we talked about it. We're like, if we're going to be an African brand, we need to be doing business in Africa. And I think that it was going to be important to share that with our customers, letting them know, like, this is made and sourced in Nigeria. That's why we like to post videos of my stepmom and our head seamstress really going into the marketplace and sourcing out different fabric, because I think that authenticity is super important when it comes to African clothing. Because you could go on Alibaba. They do have the resources. They do have their version of Ankara, but something we learned in starting this business is that there are levels to Ankara. Just like there's levels to cotton. You know, when you wear a certain brand's t-shirt, you're like, oh, that's cool. That's nice. You wear another t-shirt and you're like, this t-shirt is legit. Like, what level of cotton did they use in order for this t-shirt to be so much better than that t-shirt? Oh, that t-shirt shrunk and this t-shirt didn't. Granted, we are still learning. We're still getting feedback from our customers, and we're super happy about that. Our customers are very transparent with us, like, hey, this particular cap I bought, I wore it one time and it broke. What's the problem? We're quick to replace, fix, return hats if it malfunctions. So I think that's the beauty of doing business, a small business, is because you do have that interaction and that feedback. So when we do mass produce and we are in your local Target one day, you can say, you know, like, I remember when they were answering the emails directly and things like that. So we moved shop, and we're now based in Nigeria, and it's been a great experience. My stepmom is one click away. She's easy to communicate with. I can get a hold of her, and she loves us. Like, this is her son-in-law. So like, for her, this is bigger than just a customer. This is family. So she hires the best of the best. We have a whole team that's on ground in Nigeria, and it's not easy making these types of caps at a quick rate and a quick turnaround. Things can kind of get messed up and convoluted, but she does a really good job of making sure everybody's on task and we get product as quickly as possible.
I love so much about that. Seriously, so much, because Honestly, one of the things that stand out to me the most is this. That is the one power of ownership and the one power of being a business owner. You are able to have an influence on not only your local economy, but the global economy elsewhere. You're supporting family and friends in Nigeria. That's
Mhm.
beautiful in and of itself. Um, and then on top of that, you're building these beautiful caps. That's just wonderful.
Yeah, and
Seriously, it's so wonderful.
nice. It's been nice getting feedback from customers because they'll give us their candid feedback and say, we like this color more than this. Are you bringing this particular style back? And
Listen, I have my favorites too. I have my favorites too.
I think it's up to us to really educate our customers a little bit more when it comes to that piece of getting the fabric back,
Mm-hmm.
because Ankara is a very fluid, transactional cloth. It's not a cloth that my stepmom may have Ankara from when she was a child that will never come back.
Oh, wow.
She has something that she got 2 days ago that hit the marketplace and will never come back.
Wow.
So unless you're going directly to the waxer that is wax printing and say, I need this particular one in bulk, like, for example, the kente cloth,
Mm-hmm.
that is Ghana's traditional national cloth. So for them, like, they wear this like as a uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in Nigeria, we don't have an Ankara fabric that is considered our kente cloth or the equivalent of a kente cloth. So what you see is you need to grab it, get it in as much as you can, and then it's gone. Every now and then it'll come back. You might find it at Alibaba, but that texture, the difference, and even I think our customers noticed it because some customers are like, this one's a little bit more firm. And it's like, yeah, this is the real stuff. this
Yeah.
is the real deal as opposed to colored fabric. Because essentially that's what the version we had originally started with was colored fabric, and we didn't want that. We were like, if we're going to source it, let it be authentic, let it be true to us and the culture, and let's not do the culture wrong. Because even my stepmom will call us out, and be like, "What is this? Ain't it? This isn't it."
Well, you know what? Thank you so much for explaining that because I knew that you guys released your product lines in seasons, which I loved. And I was like, oh, that's dope. That's just like fashion. Fashion has its seasons. Certain things, once they go vintage. They are unique. So you're saying that the same process is with Ankara fabric. Is one of a kind. When you have it, you cherish it. There's no remakes of that. Is that correct?
Yes, and
Okay.
every now and then you can source it and find it again. There's one that's been really, really popular. The first one we launched, and people are still. I love it. I have my own. I wear it, and I wore it to a concert. Like, I'm not in medical field, but I wore it, and we still ask my stepmom, like, if you see this, please grab it.
Is it the teal one?
No, oh, everyone likes the teal one.
People
This
stop
one
me in
is.
the hallways. People stop me all the time when I wear your caps.
It's green. No, it's blue, red, yellow. It's a blue, red, yellow one.
Oh, I gotta get the name.
Yeah, I'll have to pull it up. But either way, that one is really, really popular. It's on the website, and it's a standing picture. And people are like, "When are you getting that one back? When are you getting that one back?" And it's tough. We don't know. We're trying. We did just recently partner with a local Ankara business here in Virginia, supporting small Black businesses. And she even, she's trying, but she's not going to guarantee that she can get everything that we request. So
yeah, that might be our business model. I mean, some people have models where it's like it's one and done. Like once this is out, it sells out. I think it's a good model too. So I think that's probably going to end up being the business model we have for sure. Because it's like when it's here, you get it, and that's it. And it's very like you said, transient seasons with the fashion. Like something else is coming along the pipeline. So.
Yeah. I'm just a sucker for customer service because I'm in customer service. So I'm always like, let me see if I can find this. But yeah, to Deji's point, it's just probably too much of a headache to try to get it back.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Now, here's the thing I want to know. You guys have been in business for how long now?
It will be a year next month.
Happy anniversary.
Thank
you. A lot can happen in 12 months.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
And I have to ask the obvious question. This time last year, only people who worked in the OR, only a select few of healthcare workers needed to wear caps.
Yeah.
Then 2020 happened. And now every person in my hospital, we all have to cover our hair. Your demand exploded literally overnight. What was that like?
Well, it was definitely a challenge. It was a good problem to have, right? It was a good problem to have, but we then realized quickly, like you said, we were getting so many orders. I mean, we sold out so quickly of the little we had, and then it was so. I think it was a lesson in logistics where it's like, okay, you're getting these things overseas now. At that point, we didn't transition to Nigeria yet, so we're still getting things from Asia, and then they were backed up because they were getting more orders in Asia as well.
Yeah.
So it was very challenging to get a restock of everything, and it was just kind of like we had to basically go a month without anything because we didn't have anything left. So we definitely learned how maybe getting more at a time, and that's probably what's going to happen. The more it seems like every order we buy more, not because it's just off the rack right now, it's just because when it comes, those waves come, and then no pun intended.
Yeah.
It's like they're gone, and then like we don't have enough. So it was very, very. Everything happened so quickly, and it was just like, wow, look at this, look at God. Like the fact that we had this idea before the pandemic. Everyone, ER, operating room, ICU, a lot of ICU nurses, and they all want to cover their hair, and it's like, yeah, my hair's getting dried out, and just the regular caps they give us. And it was very good to be in that situation. But yeah, we had to take a break. What do you recall?
I just remember us having a bunch of caps and then having none, and looking at each other like, wait, how did that even happen? Like, what do we do? And it was actually at that moment that we started reaching out to my stepmom and saying to her, okay, as you're working on this and Source and Fabric Care, we're also going to be working with Alibaba, and we're going to do this simultaneously. And it just so happened that when we received the Alibaba and the one from Nigeria, it was a significant difference.
Wow.
And that's when we were like, okay, we're just going to continue with Nigeria, continue to put funds into the country, employ people, and just do it that way. And now it's like, it just makes sense. It just makes sense. And my stepmom is really good at reaching out to me and saying, hey, your last order was a month ago. We need to get to the market, because they have to go to the market. Like they physically go to the market, and they heckle with the fabric makers and say, no, don't give me that price. Like that particular fabric is not worth that price, and it should be this. And she's doing all that legwork for us. And so it gives us an advantage in terms of how quickly we're able to turn around product. Like our next launch, everything should be here for Black Friday. And we're just excited because that was our anniversary. We started Black Friday last year. And so now we'll be ready for another, winter launch for this Black Friday. So it should be good.
Can you tell me one thing that you learned out of that whole experience? Because I mean, let's be honest, no one could have planned that. No one could have expected that. That is not normal. And the fact that you guys endured it during your first year of business, I need you guys to clap it up for yourselves. Like, seriously, in your first year, it's all downhill from here, guys. Pandemic, what? Still in business? Yes.
Yeah. So with that, all that being said, so the one thing I've learned is we need to have multiple sources of inventory, multiple sources of manufacturing. So that is definitely on our agenda now, not just our family, but also having other resources that are able to replicate the same exact product. Because then it was like, well, you start those little differences amongst people that make it. So we're working on that now. There's a thing called a tech pack, which I didn't know. It's basically a blueprint to your product and apparel. And it's like a blueprint that you could go to anyone, basically should be able to replicate your product with a tech pack. Now, I haven't, there's a lot to learn with textiles and all these other things. So that's something that we're trying to work on now, is having a tech pack. So a blueprint where if anywhere, even domestic overseas. We give them this, they should be able to replicate it. A proper manufacturer should be able to replicate our products. So obviously our family's the first source, but you need backups when there's demand, because we're going through another winter now. We don't know what to expect, and we don't want to be out of inventory again. So that's definitely one of the main things I've learned for sure.
What I would say I've learned from him is delegating and having a process. I'm good with everything in my head. I know it needs to be done. I know it needs to be executed, but getting better at putting things on the calendar and having a to-do list and delegating tasks. Yeah. Like we have an intern now. We're in the process of hiring a second intern. And those little details really help your business flow better. Like now we don't worry about Instagram because we have an amazing intern, you know, who's really on top of that for us. We provide the content, we connect with her, we work with her, and it makes the process more seamless. But even down to, what do you call it? The processes?
The systems and processes. Yeah. See, I'm a student of the game. And
that's why you guys are perfect, though. You guys are perfect. Right.
I'm like, let's get it done. And as we're getting it done, we're going to learn. Like, that's how I learn. Yes. I learn by doing, as opposed to sitting there and watching and watching.
Like, all right, let's read the book. Let's go through this first. Let's think about this. I'm analytical. I'm very studious. I'm medical. I focus on algorithms.
He's on page 272. Meanwhile, Hairat's like, let's go.
And I'm in sales and service. So I'm like, we need to get it done. If my client comes to me and says, I need a pivot from this product to that product, I have to be able to pivot with them as quickly as they pivoted. Yes, but if I'm so worried about the nitty-gritty details, I'm never going to make that sale.
Yeah.
You know, so we do work well together in that regard, but I have to get better at the standard operating processes, because when we do grow, because we will grow, we're going to hand this off to someone and they need to be able to do it without us being there.
Yeah.
So that's something that I definitely have learned this year from him. Again, I'm still not even really good at it. I'm working on it, but thank goodness for options like Shopify, you know, Canva. There's so many things and resources out there that do help us get better and handle our business. Shout out to Shopify, man. Like,
shout out to Canva Pro.
Yeah, like, just great.
I know. It is great. But that actually brings me to my follow-up question, with this. Both of you guys are already professionals in your own right? Many times people create businesses out of a dire financial need. They've lost their jobs. They got to get started doing something else. For you guys, that wasn't necessarily the case. However, you still chose to do it. You still chose to deal with the stress, the headache, I'm sure occasional bickering, because that's what happens with couples, all of that. Why? You didn't have to make this company. Why did you choose to do it? And why are you choosing to keep going? Why?
I think I'll answer, because it was like, I was kind of like my thought process in the sense that, well, I'll tell you what, look, I'm in the medical field, but like I said, I always had entrepreneurial spirit. And with that being said, I knew, even though I'm a well-paid W-2 employee, but I never failed to realize that I'm still a W-2 employee. And my ambition and my vision for my life just doesn't encompass clocking in and working for the rest of my life. And this goes back to my family background. I'm Nigerian, a lot of family members in the medical field. Personally speaking, I've seen where family just worked until the end. And it was just like, they had the title, but financially they weren't in a position to do other things they wanted to do in life. And I don't want to be in that position when I'm older. So I knew for me to get there, I use this as a vehicle. I look at my career as a tool. I look at my career as not who I am as a person. It's hard on me, but it's not who I am as a person. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a brother to others. I want to help others. So this business is going to help me do those things. Case in point, thing I learned in Tribal Wave, you can help others with non-monetary ways. Like our intern, she's interested in the medical field. She's in high school. She is using our tribal wave and our resources to connect with other medical professionals, which could potentially expose her to just the exposure. Like we have brand ambassadors that are OBGYN physicians, certified registered nurse anesthetists, authors. Shout out to Crystal. Shout out to Dr. Dunsi. These are people that could, basically help her. And in exchange, she's doing this service for her. And it's funny because now she has IDs in her head as setting up a platform for other kids interested in medicine. So it's just interesting how this has been able to influence other people's. We want to influence and give back to this world in ways beyond our job probably can do. And this is a vehicle for that. We have it, and being a couple, I think it's important to have a vision collectively and personally. And marriage is really a part of marriage is facilitating both of those desires. So Tribal Wave is going to help with that. And this, I have other ideas too. This is definitely something that I see us having, operating it, and it giving back to our family in different ways and moving on to other things. So
that's powerful.
And I follow him.
Well, the thing is this, like when we first started, she was like, okay, that's cool. You could try it. Like, okay, let's see. And then she realized like, wow, like she's getting testimonials like, wow, it feels so good. Like a woman of color saying like, well, I felt proud at work, like wearing tent off, stuff like that. Like she really started appreciating it. And she's also into photography and aesthetics and just videos and editing. She's actually she has a lot of talents in that sense that I feel like she's tapping into now. And it's like, she has a great job. She has a great job, but it's like she's definitely been able to use her skills in different ways for sure.
And I'm going to give my 2-second testimony here. I've always said it. Actually, number one, we have to do this. I have to say, shout out to Earn Your Leisure, right? Because that's how we met. Shout out to Earn Your Leisure. I'm a proud earner myself.
Wow,
we met at the Earn Your Leisure event in the food line.
Yes. That's something.
Yeah. And I remember you not only because you're awesome, but because you said something so powerful. You whipped out your phone like the proud father you are, and you showed me the photo of your beautiful baby boy. And you said, honestly, this is why I'm doing it.
Oh,
and you showed me your son. This is why I'm doing it. Because you said something so powerful. You said the fact that, yes, you have a job, which you enjoy. However, your son can't inherit that job.
Yes.
You can be making $2 billion a year, but your son can, if you were to lose that, your son can inherit it. But this is something you can pass down to your son. And I find that to be so powerful. I never forgot about that. I said, wow, that guy's awesome. Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me of that a few points, and we'll move on. The first point is to Earn Your Leisure podcast shop. I'm a glad member of Earn Your Leisure, and that opportunity to go just network really meant a lot to me, and it showed me now the power of networking and just connecting. I think people in the medical field feel like they don't need to network. It's maybe a want, but not a need. And it's like, well, I'll get a job regardless. Like I'm a nurse, I'm a respiratory therapist. Like I'm gonna get a job. Like it's just a matter of where and if the people suck or not. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pick and choose, plug and play. But regardless of your opportunities, your job, it's very, very important. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here today. So that is definitely the first point. The second point is what was the second? I was going to say one more thing.
Your son.
Oh yes, my son, my family, and I can't carry this on to him and things like that. I'm sorry, my job.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I want him that opportunity I didn't have like anyone else. I want to be able to pay for college, not think about it. I want him to teach him financial literacy. I believe in all those things that you can't prosper just clocking in and there's so many things to know within personal finance. Like I'm reading Money Makeover. I'm in the book club with Earn Your Leisure now.
Oh, yeah.
And we're talking about that. And it's like just the fees associated with 401ks. A lot of times you won't even see. Like a 401k was designed to supplement a pension, which we all don't have anymore. So you can't rely just on the 401k. On top of the fees, there's so many things to learn within this world, and it's changing. So yeah, shout out to them for creating these platforms. It's very encouraging for people like you and me. And that's what it's about. So
So with that, it also goes to the thing that I wanted to move this conversation, which is, what did you have to become in order for you to sustain this business and also sustain your marriage? Because let's be honest, business is stressful for me, and it's just me, myself, and I. I don't have to consult a partner, even though to me, I think that's a wonderful advantage you guys have because you have two brains to merge together. However, at times that can be challenging. So what did you have to learn about yourself, and what did you have to learn about your spouse in order to work together as business partners?
That's a loaded question. That's a loaded question. I think I'll tell you one more thing. I'll tell you, with the pandemic, I think it got us a lot of us closer, even out of in and out of business. We had to work on each other and rely on each other in many different ways. Travel Wave was, to be honest, a silver lining within the pandemic. Me going to work stressing, her being at home, stuck kid trying to do her work from home. This was kind of like a fun project for us. We still look at it like that. I think what helped us, one, was we already had careers. So like you said, some people are so reliant on that income from that business. It's like ride or die. Like, this is it for us. So I think we're able to pace ourselves, and we're still pacing ourselves. I think me sometimes now, I wasn't ready to move and get more done, but she's like, we're in a good place. I see where it could go, and she's like, we're happier. So that's one challenge, is staying on the same page and staying on the same pace. I think what helped us is her owning what she does and me owning what I do. And we haven't perfected that. That is something that we still need to do better at. But if she's running social media, let her do it. Like, period. She needs something from me, just tell me, and let me not chime into that. If I'm working on the finances and business, I think I'm more like business development.
Yeah.
Focus on that. What's the next opportunity? Like, I told her you need a digital marketer. She's like, we don't need to pay for digital. Okay. But we end up doing it. Now she's realizing, like, yeah, we need.
How do I keep them on retainer?
What's this SOA? The search.
Oh yeah.
SEO and SEO and just all the verbiage and just the Facebook. She was on a call for hours trying to figure out Facebook pixels with our digital marketing partners, and they say how much it changes so much. The algorithm and the setup is so robust and convoluted. We couldn't do this on our own. So that goes back to the delegating she was talking about. Yeah. That's part of the thing, and paying for it, right? And just paying for these things. So it was like, oh, we don't need it. So relying on each other's, decision making is very important. And I think as far as our marriage, and I'll let you go next, but I think as far as our marriage, I think it's helped it. I think it's helped us give something. So people told me before, Deji, why don't you just get with another doctor or CRNA or another medical person? And I'm like, yo.
To miss all this, get with another doctor. She ain't gonna be this fly. No. She's gonna be stressed.
Top of the flying freshness. Yeah. Greatness. That would be a boring life. I don't want to sit here and talk. I'm not saying they're all like people are not worthy of being what's on. But I'll say that having this ability to bounce ideas off of different experiences, like if you've been in this for 10 years, CRNA for 5, I already know what you're talking about. I already know for the most part what you experienced professionally. You don't gotta, you may tell me something different. I dealt with something crazier than you, but it's all in the same bucket. With her, it's like, I saw Kobe Bryant, coming down in the aisle.
Legit. That is your gig. You're not making that up. I forget you're in sports, right?
Yeah, her exposure.
OMG.
I think it's funny she's not more into business because she's been around multi-millionaire business people on a regular. So it's like, you don't pull them to the side and try to start. Anyway, my point is we definitely bounce off each other's experiences, and that variety has helped us so much in this. And with that being said, with this project, the Tribal Wave, I think it's uplifted our marriage. And that's, I can only speak for us, but I think being on the same page and having that same vision, like this is what we want for our son, our family, and this is something that could supplement what we have. And I think because we already have a foundation in professionalism, the professional life, I think that's helped us in that way. I'll let you go. I'm sorry.
So you have to repeat the question because
Said so much stuff.
So it's really, really simple, which is this, which is what did you have to learn about yourself or your spouse in order for you guys to work well, not only as business partners, but as partners in marriage?
I had to learn to keep my mouth shut at times because I feel like I have a tendency to be bossy, and he's not saying nothing. It's true. I have a tendency to be bossy and say, no, let's do it this way. Let's do it like this. And I think I've gotten better over the past year in saying, okay, let's try it your way. Let's just try it your way. And that's what I've learned about myself. But as a couple marriage, to his point, it has brought us closer. We are still very new in our marriage. We've only been married 3 years. And they've been great 3 years. No hiccups, no, oh my gosh, first year, rough patch crap. We didn't go through that, thank goodness. Yeah. So I think this has actually reminded us that we are on the same page. We do want the same things. We do have the same passions. We love the idea of legacy. We want our family to be financially stable and comfortable. And we have 6-7 streams of income coming in at all times. And us sitting back, retired at 50, like that would be amazing, just really be done. And then supporting our family. So I think our relationship has shown me that marriage isn't just about the lovey-dovey piece. You can have a business partner that happens to be your husband. You can be married and have a passion for something and it not be all emotional all the time. Like it really, let's buckle down and get this done and celebrate after. So I love it. I'm glad he brought it up to me. I'm glad that I was open to the idea because this is my baby. Tribal Wave is definitely my baby.
That's not something. The way she sounds now, I wasn't anticipating that. It was just something that I was going to do. Kind of, she's going to support me and just go ahead and do it yourself. I would have done that, but she really took ownership of it to the point I was like, let me just go to work. Like, I'm gonna get my ID and go to work and let you handle it. It was awesome. Like, that was amazing. So, I can't complain.
Little man making a cameo. Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm flexible. I'm pretty flexible. She definitely has she's kind of gets that bossy episode going, but we work around it. But I think the flexibility and adaptability has been awesome. And I'll tell you what, that pandemic, I'll be honest, this was a silver lining. I'll tell you what, it was a healthy distraction. Just, let's start getting facts and start doing this. It is a business to me it could be a very healthy.
I could not agree with you more. Yes.
It's like a passion project, just a formal version of having one. Now, like you said, if this is your end all be all, like this, you're dependent on this money to like pay rent, that kind of puts a little more intensity in it and maybe takes the fun out of it in a way. But for us, this is like a fun project. And with Shopify in 2020 and all the tech available now, like I remember I'm an 80s kid. Like I remember like internet was like, yo, make a website. Like you had to know HTML. Like you had to really like, what I mean? Like you really had to know how this code works. Like a website? You want a website? Yeah, you got Black Planet. What was that, Black Planet? HTML.
Oh, you're taking it back, Black Planet.
You gotta type that thing there. Like that's some code. No, like Shopify. Like you get someone online. Fiverr. You get we got someone on Fiverr do our website, and she kind of took control of it after that.
I learned IT. I'm proud to say I became. I'm not as good as everyone, but I was on YouTube and I was editing our website and learning small code, not serious code, but like I had to step it up because it's like at some point you can't delegate everything, especially in the beginning. You will be completely broke. So a lot of things we were able to do on our own. And I'm the resource queen. I like to offer or ask people like, hey, what can you help me with? I need your resources, I need your expertise. And I'm not afraid to ask because when it's time for me to do for someone else, I'm always going to be willing to do it.
Yeah. I'm so happy you mentioned that, Joe, though, because there's a common saying that a friend of mine always says, which is true, which he says, all you need is all around you. We have so many wonderful friends, acquaintances with so many talents, but because sometimes ego gets in the way and we're afraid of asking, I know I was going to college, because we're afraid of asking, we miss out. We miss out. What's happening here on the I love it. Someone yeah, we have to learn some of the steps. Yeah, you have to learn some of the steps, which is very, very true. But like I said, leaning in and asking, closed mouths don't get fed. So leaning in and asking and leaning in to your network, tapping into your network is huge, huge. Yes. But I'm very thankful that you guys said that, because in many ways, people can get hemmed up on, well, I don't know this, or I can't do X. You don't have to know it all.
You don't.
Let me ask you, did you guys know everything about manufacturing before you started your business?
No.
Did you know anything about e-commerce before you started your business?
No.
Did you know anything about IT before you started your business?
No.
Okay. Okay. I'm just verifying. I'm just verifying.
Didn't know any of that stuff, and you learn as you go. And worst case scenario, you save up for something, you delegate, and you find someone that is an expert. You maybe pay them an hour or two for the expertise.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can, but if not, but the internet and just all the resources out there.
YouTube is real.
I mean, I wish this was around maybe. I mean, it's grown so much over the years before our eyes. I remember YouTube and Facebook was just a college website, just kids just screwing around, just tight between colleges. It's grown so much. And, this opened my eyes up to learning more about the stock market. I'm in a lot more in the stock market now. I'm learning more about, we're trying to get into real estate now. We're trying to find property. And I see how people do it. And I listen to biographies, and it's like they have their business and that flourishes, and that capital, they invest in real estate. And then with that capital, they invest in stock market. So it's like, it's different vehicles for different things. And I kind of know where things need to go. It's just about executing. And that's why I've heard help me execute. Execute. So yeah, Tribe Wave is open. It's been a fun it's been a fun project. I consider a project like a passion project. I don't consider this business that has to be profitable tomorrow. And believe it or not, it is profitable within this little way. It is. It makes. We just keep.
In all due respect, I have to stop. I have a thing for words. There's nothing little about what you do.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
No, there's nothing little about what you do. The way that your previous client said, and once again, not only client, I'm a proud customer too now. I bought my app full, all of it, I put my debit card in. And I have to say, it is true. Our aesthetic has power over us, right? Being able to express myself with your beautiful products, your gorgeous caps. Do you have any of your cats with you? I mean, of course, you're wearing one right now.
We have other ones.
Because I don't think people get how beautiful your work is. These
thank you so much.
Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And because I'm a girl, right? So I have to accessorize. So I always make sure my caps match my scrubs, so it's a whole look. Because it's a whole look. Because if I have to walk around with goggles and face shields and an N95 all day long, I got to serve somehow. So,
that's true. You're in the trenches with me. That's serious.
Yes. So here's the thing. Oh, yes, that's beautiful. And once again, flip it inside out so they can see how it sits. So let's do a little QVC action. Come on.
Yeah.
Do the QVC.
I want to talk about that because there was a moment in our process of manufacturing that the satin stopped right here.
Oh.
So this was cotton. And so we had some customers like, excuse me, my edges. He was like, we got you. We'll be right back. So everything is fully satin lined. And we realized that there are levels to satin.
Yes.
And satin is more durable than silk.
Yep.
In terms of longevity. And it achieves the same thing as silk. So this will last longer, and that's why we chose satin over silk.
Yeah.
And it goes right to the tip. So that's another one.
And they're extremely comfortable. As you guys know, I have big hair, as you can see. They're extremely comfortable. And I love how you guys have the ties in the back. I love that.
Yes, the ties. We got feedback that people wanted.
Gorgeous. Wait, I didn't see that one.
Which one?
And they have little pins that you could kind of tie your face mask to.
I'm going to need you to send that one to me.
Yeah.
I need that one. I didn't know you guys had that one. That's gorgeous. That's
And this is our tribal wave compression.
oh yeah,
So
you
we
guys
took the concept of Ankara with the repeat pattern, and we actually designed it. So this is an original. We designed it. Deji came with the concept. This is a heart. They're very comfortable. We did go through Sock Club, so they're an American-based company, and they've been great to work with. But we also have compression socks as well.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
And here is the interesting thing about all of this. When you said earlier on that you know that this will not be your last business, I am not shocked, because the fact that you guys have already started, once you do the legwork of figuring all things out, learning the process, recognizing the fact that yes, it takes work, but it's not as hard as you think, especially in this day and age of the internet, it's only natural that you want to pursue other ventures.
Absolutely. That's the plan. The goal is to make systems that allow it to self-run and automate it, and have it able to free up our time so we can, expand. And I also want TribeWave to be a source of information for others. The vision is that it's a source of information. So we're going to try to make the website and maybe a blog and be more informative of what people are. Because the thing is this. There's so many minorities, especially of our ethnicity, Nigerian, Panamanian, Central American, Southern America, that are in the medical field, and they don't have anything to express. We don't have that source of expression in this type of way. And it's just so funny because we contribute so much to these professions. So I thought that was like a void that needed to be filled. In addition to that, there's a lot of places, which is also part of why I like the brand. Only person of color in the whole unit, the whole department, the whole hospital. And I want people to know they have a tribe somewhere that looks like them. They have a tribe, and I want to provide information of what other people are doing in the world that look like them in the medical field. So we're going to definitely incorporate more of that into the social media aspect and the website. And the challenge now is just marketing, branding. That's the name of the game. Everyone's trying to get your attention. It is tough. Like, that is probably the hardest part of the whole deal.
We have someone over here. Permission to Thigh says, "Nurse here. I need some of those caps." While we're while we're showing this, I have to make sure that people know. Let me drop this right now. Tell the people about the promo code. What's the promo happening right now, guys?
Oh, yes. So for everyone that's on, if you log on to our website, which is tribalwave.shop, not com, but .shop, and type in at checkout HD special, you'll receive 15% off of your entire order. So we appreciate everyone logging on today, listening to us, and hopefully sharing our brand with their friends, their families, their coworkers. It's, something that I've realized is that Black brands are just as powerful as non-Black brands. And we really do have buying power. We really do. And I think that the moment we believe that is the moment that we take the dollar back and we bring it right back to the community. So it's super important to, even if you're not a medical professional, but you know that your aunt is, get her a cap and share with her. We put all of our information in the caps. We have flyers, we have our business cards. And just like right now, we're wearing another Black brand. God is dope. We love them. And, we patronize them. They're just t-shirts. We have
t-shirts, hats. I got all that. We got all that.
6-7 shirts, just different. And it's one message. God is dope. And that's what we truly believe. So it's just patronizing other Black businesses. So we appreciate everyone's support and just thank you.
Yeah. And the beauty of it, what I love about what you guys are doing is that you're so intentional. You're so very intentional about how you go about your business. And I really love and respect that. And so once again, I just want to clarify for everybody here. These beautiful caps can be worn by anyone. You don't have to be a healthcare worker to enjoy these beautiful products. Yes. Protecting your hair is always a good thing. Always a very, very good thing. Yes. And the other thing that I've been noticing at my facility, and I was just like, hey, you need to find out about Tribal Wave, is that certain people have been wanting to sponsor. So they aren't healthcare workers, but they want to buy them as gifts. We've been receiving a lot of gifts for 2020. which we're always very thankful for. Everyone has to, we're inundated, thankful for it. And so if you want to sponsor a gift for someone, that's also one. Do you guys have gift cards? If not, we're going to get you on
gift cards, and we have wrapping. So that is on the website. You can buy wrapping. You can buy a gift card and share that with anyone. So yeah.
That's fantastic.
Oh, I love that. We thought through that. Shout out to my best friend. She was the one that called me out. Was like, girl, I need a gift card.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Everybody knows a nurse. Everybody knows a nurse.
Everyone knows a nurse. Yes, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Now, I want to ask you this before we wrap up for tonight. Real simple, which is, what is one thing you're thankful for? That's it. What's one thing?
I'm thankful for my health, period. I'm just grateful for my health, and I could keep going on and on, but just name one thing, just my mental, physical, emotional health. Through the pandemic, through this 2020, lives have been lost, seeing a lot of it in the hospital and seeing a lot personally. I'm just happy for my health. The fact sometimes I get on my bike. I'm big on this Peloton. You know, if you follow me on Instagram, I'm always on that Peloton.
I see you on that Peloton. You make me want to buy one.
Stock. I'll plug them in because I got own their stock too. So shout out to that bull market. Shout out to that bull market. So they remind you on there. You've been able to work out today. Like, I know you're not happy right now because you're sweating, but you have the ability to do this. And sometimes I'm like, wow, just the ability to get up, have both my limbs, and be breathing and just not having issues. So that's what I'm thankful for.
For me, I'm thankful for my family. This is legitimately a dream come true to have Deji and my son in my life. I couldn't have dreamt a better situation for myself or prayed for a better situation. So I'm thankful for family. Super cliche, but man, during this time, it's like, I come home to a loving son. He's just the cutest. My husband is so loving and supportive. Just the two of them during this time has made me realize how important family truly is.
That's Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Oh, this has been fun.
This has been great. Yes.
You guys have to come back on next year. So, because right now, it's next month is going to be your 1-year anniversary, you said, right?
Yeah.
So that means I need to book you for this time next year for your 2-year anniversary.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Can't wait.
And hopefully it's not a pandemic, so we can have a pop-up shop and really celebrate the way we wanted to.
Yeah.
I would love to.
All the ideas.
We bought like this 6-foot woman mannequin. Here's one out of sale in Waldorf, so I'm carrying this woman. I cut her torso up, put her in the car, brought her back, and think we're going to showcase our stuff, right? Scrubs and all of that. And we want to collaborate, with people. Yeah. And we were thinking like we're going to do like trade shows and all this other stuff, and no, none of that. So yeah, we can't pull that 6-foot woman out so she can wear her hat.
And just use other vendors. Like, your pop-up is going to require other Black-owned businesses. My cousin owns an interior design company. She's going to, help decorate the space and really make it inviting. I wanted to do a fashion show. So let's all just pray this pandemic is over, because Black businesses got to thrive. We have so many ideas, and
Yes. And I agree with that. And in the meantime, doing this is the most important thing we can be doing, which is connecting with each other, building with each other, lending out our platforms to each other, building with it can all be done, I said cyberly, but virtually. It can also be done now. And sometimes you don't have to spend $1 to support someone. Sharing something great that you believe in with someone else is also helping, assisting. That's why I love you guys and what you're doing. Yes, I need to have you on here because I love what you're doing, and more people need to know about Tribal Wave so they can keep their hair cute and look cute at work.
Exactly. You do commercials. You don't be like advertising.
Got to.
And we do have masks. Before you go, we do have masks. There's a whole bunch. This one is actually not on the website, so we'll be putting it on the website. But I will say maskers, it's a difficult product because everyone's face is shaped differently.
Yeah.
So there's still some perfecting in the work, but we're humble enough to say that.
Okay. It's all right.
and but they're beautiful.
Yeah, they are. They are. They absolutely are. So just in case there's people here who don't know where to find you, where can they find your products? Where can they follow you? How can they follow up if someone wants to contact you personally?
All right. So our website is www.tribalwave, no S, just tribalwave.shop. That's the website with all our products. And also we are on Instagram, tribalwave at tribalwave_.
Gotcha.
And on Facebook at tribalwave_, Twitter at tribalwave_. Those are very much consistent. And then if they contact us on the website, there's a contact page and you can reach us there.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on tonight, guys. This was absolutely marvelous. I can't wait to talk to you next year. All right, guys. Bye. Guys, stay on the line for me.